My husband and my sister betrayed me. Then they wanted my help to save her life. I was married to Liam for 7 years. He was my world. We had built a life together, dreams, plans, a future. When I think back to those early years, everything felt solid, like nothing could shake us. But underneath it all, there were cracks I didn't see. My younger sister, Sky, had just moved back to our hometown. She'd been living in Miami for years with her long-term boyfriend, but things ended badly. She told us he'd been cheating on her with men, and that he'd emptied their joint accounts before disappearing. I tried to believe her, but something about the story felt off. When I reached out to him once, he blocked me. That only made things feel stranger. Sky came back to live with our parents, Mom and Dad, who, as you'll soon understand, always had their favorites. It wasn't a secret that Sky was Mom's golden child. From childhood, the difference was clear. I remember when I was 16, I got a rusty old Honda Civic. Sky got a nearly new VW Golf. She took expensive equestrian lessons, while I was lucky to get basic art supplies for school. One time I was grounded for being 20 minutes late. But when Sky crashed a Golf drunk at 17, all she got was a warning to be careful, sweetie. Honestly, I was never heartbroken when she stayed in Florida after college. I figured the distance would be good for us both. When Sky moved back, she struggled to find a job, out of a sense of responsibility, or maybe guilt. I suggested Liam could help. He was a senior manager at a big company, and he agreed to secure her a role in his department. Looking back, that was my first big mistake. Sky and I were never close, but suddenly, she was at our house all the time, especially in those few hours between Liam getting home around 5 p.m. and me arriving at 8. They claimed to be working on projects together, but the truth was different. They had inside jokes that made me feel invisible. They shared looks that lingered too long. And little things started to pile up. The pillows on my side of the bed disturbed. The cases flipped inside out, subtle signs that screamed someone else was there. Liam always shrugged it off, saying I must have made the bed differently. But I knew better. I checked his phone, his laptop. There was nothing. No messages, no texts. Why text when they spent all day side by side? The red flags kept coming. Then came the moment I'll never forget, a family dinner. Liam walked past Sky, and she caught his arm, whispered something to him, and they touched foreheads, a brief, intimate gesture that felt like a slap to my face. Liam jerked away like he'd been caught. Sky just smirked at me. My denial broke then. I planned a weekend getaway to clear my head, hoping maybe I was wrong. But I wasn't. During the trip, I confronted Liam. The pain and disbelief almost crushed me. "Are you sleeping with Sky?" I asked, my voice shaking. He broke down. "It just happened. We clicked." "I'm sorry," he said. He admitted they'd used our bed. My world imploded. I left him stranded at the hotel, tears blurring my vision as I drove home alone. He Ubered back later to pack a bag and left for an apartment. A few days later, Sky moved in with him. Telling my parents was worse than I imagined. They already knew. Mom offered me what felt like hollow sympathy. "I'm sorry, honey, but Sky deserves happiness too. You'll find someone." Dad just mumbled his agreement. The sister who had stolen my life was cruel beyond belief. She tagged me in a Facebook post, a selfie of her and Liam, his cheek kiss, captioned, "Feeling loved, #bless." Her follow-up text? "Oops, sorry for the tag, sis. No hard feelings? You'll find your soulmate." Face blowing a kiss. I blocked her everywhere. Liam initially offered me the house and savings, maybe out of guilt, but Sky's influence soon took hold, and he demanded an equal split. I had already emptied the savings account. 9 years of my life gone. I went full no contact. Parents, Sky, Liam, and the relatives who enabled them all blocked. I sold the house, moved to another state, and told no one where. It took years. Healing took therapy. Dating was hard. Trust felt impossible. Then I met Ethan, a chef, co-owner of a thriving restaurant with his twin brother. He's kind, steady, the person I never thought I deserved. We fell in love, and now we're engaged. Life finally was good again. About 9 months after I left, an invitation arrived. Sky and Liam were getting married. The invitation came with a sickening sunflower field photo and a letter from my parents urging me to forgive. Family works through problems, they said. Sky wants you as a bridesmaid. I laughed through tears. The audacity was unbelievable. I ignored the invitation and cut off the relative who leaked my address. Then Liam showed up at my apartment, unannounced. Dressed to impress, he said, "Star and I are divorcing. She cheated constantly. I'm sorry. I don't expect you back, but closure?" I stared. No closure. You made your bed. Did you really think the town bicycle would stop taking rides just because you put a ring on it? You're dumber than I thought. I forgive nothing. I want nothing. Go to hell. I slammed the door. Liam wasn't done. He showed up at Ethan's restaurant on a slow Tuesday, sat at my table. Ethan recognized him immediately. Want him gone? Ethan asked. Not yet, I said. Morbid curiosity, maybe. Liam confessed that Sky had affairs with multiple married men, starting just 2 years into their marriage. I stuck it out a year longer, hid assets. She got peanuts. My satisfaction was visceral. And Sky? I asked. She's back with our parents. Broke. Perfect. Out, Ethan ordered. Liam slunk away under the staff's glare. Ethan's family insisted I stay with them for safety. The care and love I never had finally surrounded me. For years later, Ethan and I are happily married with 2 boys, 6 and 2 years old. I work part-time managing the books for our 2 restaurants. Life is full. After Liam's visit, I knew my family would resurface sooner or later. It started after our first son was born. Mom messaged, half apology, "Forgive? How's my grandson?" Rage flared. "You have no grandchildren. I am not your daughter. My children are in no relation to you. Tell Sky to go find her next victim if you want grandkids." Blocked. She tried new accounts. I ignored them. Recently, desperate messages flooded in. Miss the grandkids. Make amends. Then Sky reached out. Against my better judgment, I agreed to a Zoom call. Just me. They demanded to see the kids. Denied. They looked haggard, broken. Sky offered a hollow apology. I was wrong. Want my sister back. Mom launched into the family sticks together spiel. I cut in, cold as ice. Is that all? They panicked. The mask dropped. Sky was critically ill. Kidney failure. Needed a transplant. I was the most likely match. This is why you called? You want my kidney after stealing my husband. Mom snapped, crying. Stop this. That was ages ago. She'll die. Can't you set aside? Dad added, We're sorry, but her medical bills, we might lose the house. We need you to come test, and maybe help financially. Sky pleaded. Please, big sis, just test. If you're not a match, we'll vanish. I agreed to get tested locally. The results? A perfect match. I flew back to St. Charles. Sky was hospitalized. After she stabilized, we met in her hospital room with doctors and parents. The doctor emphasized the dire timeline and my unique compatibility. I walked to Sky's bedside, took her frail hand, and looked into her desperate eyes. Did you hear that, Sky? I'm perfect, the only one who can save you. A flicker of hope crossed her face. And I'm not going to. You're the most vile, narcissistic piece of gutter trash I've ever known. I came so you'd know the life you stole from me is now the life you're losing. You're going to die. Make peace with it. Sky wailed. My parents lunged forward, spewing fury. The medical team stood frozen. I turned to them. Don't speak. Don't ever ask me for anything. The only money I'll spend on you is for cremation, and I'll flush your ashes down the filthiest toilet I can find. I walked out, never looked back. I'm home now, with my real family. Safe, happy, vindicated. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the story or have your own story to share, please comment, and subscribe for more real-life Reddit narrations.